Looking for a new course in nursing and paramedical course? Admissions open at one of the most top colleges in the country. East-West Group of Institutions, Bangalore, recognized by Indian Nursing Council and Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science. Choose your courses on your screen. Hurry up, limited seats available. For more details, contact the link given below.
Kekenhun Menteri Jangka Sorkar Meghalaya kalau menjur ban Pynkylla ke Meghalaya Public Service Commission Limitations of Functions Regulations kat khandai spa anyo puar da ke Weng no ya ke Regulation 3 in bracket F kat kum ke Sorkar kini ke sin jam ke bakongsan ban pen bhai ke rukom Thung kam hakit tenat Sorkar khnang ba ke jing Thung kam kan long ke Bashai ke Khuid bat ke Bashong nong rem hakasap bat ke jing ele examen jongki kertong Laong bak Regulation 3 in bracket F la thau mensua tangna kebenta ki jingdon kam kerki niki cap bagerpang hendrai haki snam ki bala letno la pendon kam bun sin ya kane ke Kyndon ke bala wan ra ke jing ha ke bala pen slam ya ke jing trai kam jong bun ngot ki nong trai ad hoc menta da ke jingdon jong ki recruitment board ki bagerpang ke pensok ya ke kom Thung kam bat ke jing pendon kam ya ke technology ban tip lupa ya ki post ki balat bat omdon show ke jingdon kam ban betang ya ke Regulation 3 in bracket F Menteri Rangba Kajalau Konrad ke sangma haba pentep ya kene ulaong bamenswa kidan ki barong kam kum ki officiate henry andalawan phai biang ki nong trai la penrong ya ki klam ka sanction post la ne ki Kyndon
Amendment of the Meghalaya Public Service Commission Limitation of Functions Regulation 1972 deletion of Regulation 3F. This decision was a very important decision in our efforts to streamline the overall functioning of our personnel department. As you must be aware that there was a provision under the delegation of regulations and the overall functioning of the MPSC where a rule 3F was always quoted. 3F is nothing but a basic appointment under special circumstances where if MPSC is not able to complete the recruitment process on time and delays, then there's a special provision through which the cabinet, based on the recommendation of the department, can approve recruitment process being done by the department concerned in their own terms and conditions, and temporarily, till full recruitment is done, temporarily appoint somebody under 3F. That is the provision of 3F. Now, though this was required under special circumstances, we have seen in the last 20 years, 30 years since this provision has been there, that departments have done it sometimes even without the knowledge of the cabinet. And random appointments have been done, which then become, long-term appointments, which then come to the state government, and then there's a demand that they be regularized and that they've been working for 10 years, 15 years, so on and so forth. The complications come out. Apart from that also, the fact that these individuals who are appointed under 3F, they actually have to go through an examination and interview process. So while they go through all the similar exercises which an MPSC or a regular employee goes through, or a regular recruitment process goes through, they are only appointed on temporary basis. So it's also unfair to the people who are actually being appointed under 3F. So therefore we went through the entire process and we saw that 3F was actually leading to more complications and actually helping us resolve a problem. But we realized that it was being done because MPSC was overburdened. And if you remember last time, it took 5 years for the doctors to be recruited under the MPSC because they were overburdened. But again, you'll remember that because they were overburdened, we created the police recruitment board, we created the Meghalaya education recruitment board, we created the medical department recruitment board, we created the CNRD recruitment board, and many other departments now have their own recruitment boards. And hence the pressure and on MPSC is lesser than before. If you remember, we've also reformed MPSC by ensuring that if there's a same qualification, suppose you have a qualification as mechanical engineer, and this mechanical engineer is required in different departments. We don't do exams now where we have a mechanical engineer for MECL power department, different recruitment, MECL for PHE, different recruitment, or mechanical engineer for PHE, different department. We don't do that anymore. we have one recruitment for mechanical engineers, and then each department then accordingly gives their vacancies, and then we send the successful candidates to those departments. So overall, if you look at the recruitment processes have been streamlined now, and therefore we expect that the kind of time that it used to take for us to recruit for vacancies is much lesser than compared to what it was before, which means that the provisions of 3F are not as much required as they were in the past, because reforms are taking place. Another thing is very important to note, that another big reform that's taking place in the personal department is automation in terms of informing us about the retirements that are going to take place and vacancies that are going to take place because of retirements, and the promotions that will be appearing because of those retirements, and obviously vacancies coming up because of those retirements. All those information will automatically be given to us through a computer generated system 6 months in advance. So what we're ensuring is that all the vacancies are informed to the departments well in advance, so that they're ready with their recruitment processes, so that as soon as the post becomes vacant, we are already ready with the new recruits to be put into place. So all these reforms, of course, this last one is in the process. It's a massive exercise. We have started it in police department and we'll go to other departments now. But the point being that once we do all of this together, we are of the opinion that the recruitment systems will become more streamlined. It will happen on time, and therefore we will see lesser problems in the recruitment, and overall the time frame also will be reduced. Hence, keeping all of these factors in mind, we have come to the conclusion today that the provisions of the regulations and the 3F provisions that were there in the public Meghalaya Public Service Commission's Limitation of Functions Regulation 1972, that the regulation number 3F be deleted and the provision be completely stopped. So hence from today, there will not be any provisions of 3F. In case a situation does arise where for whatever reason the recruitment could not take place, the departments have the option to have a person on contractual basis. The difference between contractual and a person between 3F or ad hoc is that an ad hoc position and a person who's working in 3F will get scale, and they would get a specific thing, and there would be a certain process that they follow. Whereas for a contractual, it will be a package at a set amount, at a set level, and it will not be as per the scale. So till the recruitment takes place, in case, which I don't expect once all these reforms are in place, and as I said, since there are so many recruitment boards that have now come out, the provisions of 3F seem to be not that necessary as of now. And as I said, even if a situation does arise, we still have the provision of appointing an individual on a contractual basis till the particular department recruits, or MPSC recruits, or DSC recruits. So therefore, this is a very important provision that is being streamlined. As you're aware, we had multiple problems in the personal department, and 3F also is a complicated issue, which I'm happy that we are able to somehow streamline and make it less messier, I guess. And I expect, as I said, in the past we had problems of what we call officiating positions, and I want to share this with all of you because a lot of people have misunderstood why we had stopped officiating position in the past. And just to share with you, there are thousands of people who have been recruited under 3F and who are there, and then of course the pressure came on us to regularize them and all those kind of things, and therefore these kind of provisions have created a lot of complication in the system. Similarly, there was a position called officiating, and as you're aware, officiating basically is a simple point that if there was a regular employee, if the regular employee had taken leave for 3 months, then the department concerned could bring another person to officiate on his or her behalf till the person joined back. Now, what happened in our system and in departments through the years was that once the officiating person was relieved, or was meant to be relieved because the original person who was working had come back from his or her leave. In many of the cases, the officiating continued. So the officiating person was getting a scale. So for example, if you're getting 30,000 rupees per month as per the scale and as per the sanctioned post, an officiating person came in between to work on that person's place, and the old person came back after the break. In many departments, this officiating person continued at 30,000 rupees without a sanctioned post. So which means we had two officiatings or a double officiating that took place. And there were thousands of such cases where we had a lot of people who were there for officiating purpose but ended up becoming permanent in one way because they were given scale, but there was never a sanctioned post for that second person who was officiating temporarily. And we stopped that officiating. So we stopped the concept of officiating because it was creating number of multiple layers. And similarly, what we did for that is what we did today. The 3F deletion is going to be a very, very important step, and I feel it's a major step. It could have some inconvenience for some time, but in the larger interest of the personnel department working in much more simpler, smoother manner, this is removing a lot of the unnecessary mechanisms that are there. Of course, if we do not do the reforms of creating, like for example, additional boards, then I agree that this removal of the 3F would not work. But because the reforms are being done, including combining exams, including having multiple recruitment boards, we strongly feel that the 3F provision is not required anymore, and hence the cabinet today decided to remove the 3F from the Meghalaya Public Service Commission's Limitation of Functions Regulation 1972.
Habatin, page bahagi kishap, kashap plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam dunaki eki bataya kamet. Namar kata habathiru atau kau kamlu ka umpnyang kadut page ya kashap plus F hakajingsom. Yaki nutrient kumki vitamin bat ka iron la icon diat bat akabatau bha kam kata ikadur jingki marbam kajing mat lani ka rukom shed yaki. Balehi banai kita. Kadon ka we kajing mentoy bakongsan. Kakot kakia. Ka nutrition bakam bha kajing im bakam bha pendon kam daki marba medon ka sharp plus F menta kasni.
Lawan Ra Shafi Lingba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya.